With the advent of social media and things like WhatsApps, Telegrams, and other stuff that have actually come up, we have seen that most people, most I would say, have started becoming slaves of this. And the worst part is that people do not realize that they are becoming a slave. What I always insist is that you do not need to respond at the lightning speed. But what typically happens is that the neurological structures for us have been consistently getting tuned with the messages sound, or with the WhatsApp sounds, or the Telegram sounds, or the Facebook alerts, so on and so forth, which not only disturbs that environment that you have been into, but it also reorients your inner sense that every damn thing is not a priority, but to respond to that is a priority. When we counsel, the first thing we listen and hear from people is that, no, I'm not really addicted. I don't really feel that I'm part of that addiction, etc., etc., etc. But when we give them the exercise that for a 3-month period, find out how much time you have invested in each of these platforms and genuinely and honestly jot down, then it becomes an eye-opener for them. Because it is they themselves who have kind of jotted it down. And there are also most people that we find, I would not say most, I would say many people that we have found, they sporadically jot it down and sporadically don't jot it down, so that they don't feel bad about themselves. But are these social medias so important that they have to take your personal time? You have made them important. What happens if you do not share so many pictures, so many video messages, so many shots? Do you not realize that you're also wasting time on that? Why I'm doing this podcast is, it is extremely important for everyone who are so much into mobiles today, that they understand that this gadget is eating them off. This gadget is something where you are so much engrossed in that, both at a personal and a professional life. In professional environment, if a WhatsApp comes in the group, and there are hundreds of groups nowadays, you are expected to respond back immediately. Why? Unless something is critical, you don't need to. That too, people are wasting time, because you have to read to understand which one is critical and which one is not critical. Same for personal WhatsApps. You have to read which one is critical, which one is not critical. Trust in me, remove this thing for some time in your life if you can, and you will see that you will lead a better peaceful life. You are not understanding that these are the causes for insomnia. These are the causes for migraines. These are the causes for excessive stress of people. Early morning, people wake up, and first thing, they would just, pick up the phone and try to see, what have come in the whole night. As if, if you don't do that, the world will fall crash. Trust me, if you do not do WhatsApp, and if something is important, people will call you. People will definitely call you up. It is not important that you have to showcase everything to people. And if you're really so concerned, at times I do speak to people that if these social medias comes up and says that, hey, we are really sorry that we have built a nation, a world of addictive people because of this, and going forward we'll try to work to reduce addictions, and every WhatsApp that goes in, there will be 10 rupees reduction from the bank. Let me see how many of you will actually forward these pictures, these jokes, and these informations. Moment you know that it is linked, then you will be cautious that, okay, I will be selectively using it as appropriate. Why can't you do that early? Why will you be succumbed for someone else? This is a menace. This is what is happening all across, and people who really cannot control, they're out of whack. And as what I said at the earlier point of discussion, most people do not even understand that they have already fallen in the trap. They are happy convincing themselves, no, I am not really addicted. They don't even know that is the cause of their intense stress. That is the cause the radiations that the phone throws out, is all the signals, etc., that actually throws out, and much more. You have to continuously scroll up to reply to people, because you feel that if I don't reply, the other person will feel bad about it. You have built that ecosystem to allow them to come to your life. Take my words, I have counseled people who have stopped the social media for 1 month and they have felt the change. But by the time they were trying to reduce it, they again came back, like, so some people who want to stop smoking or drinking, they again, fall back in the same thing. The addictions are so grave. If you feel that for your professional life or similar, you cannot stop it, at least set times when you will use it and reduce it as much as possible. There are enough apps available to monitor how much time you are using it. Set your targets. If you don't do it, these social medias will eat you up. Please understand that it is their job to have more and more people using their apps. And you and I are the victim of that. Stop being a victim. We cannot be so weak that everyone that comes in makes us a victim. And the easier ways to make victims are give it free. Because the moment it comes free, then the tendency to use it increases. But what you don't understand is, it is eating up your mind out here. You go and give free anna sambar, you give rice, you give liquor, you give whatever. You give drugs, you give cigarettes. You'll see that people will start taking it and consuming it because it is free. People will not realize that if I eat more quantity of rice, that may cause them diabetes. If I smoke, that may cause lung cancer. If I overdrink, that may cause pancreatic disorders, etc. They will just take it up because it is free. Similarly, things in the social medias like Facebook, WhatsApps, etc. Why do you think they don't charge you? They know that they will start charging you, their things will deplete and people will probably reduce the usage of it. That is the reason they are prudent enough to have the basics free for you. But who is the victim of it? You are the victim of it. You are spoiling your own time. During the time when you actually do WhatsApps, you can read a good book. You can spend more time with your son or daughter. You can spend more time with your family. You can spend more time about your own health. But you are busy replying the WhatsApps, busy replying in Facebooks, etc., etc. It's a very sad state of affair when at the level of intelligence that we are in, we are getting succumbed and eaten away by these social medias. Take my words, if you do not stop it, if you do not reduce it, if you do not control it, it will take you off. It will finish you and you will have no time left for you but to stay at a situation when you are the victim of social media.